What up, Chad? How we doing? Miss K, Todd, slightly toasted, Chef, naturally thick. What a fire name. Naturally trades, Eldred. How y'all doing? Eldred, I'm actually in one too on an eval. What up, Tariq, Andrew, Ulisecco, Rav Boys, Rob, Daniel. How y'all doing? Load up spy calls towards end of day. Didn't know my brokerage auto sells if it's in the money. I didn't know that. I mean, usually brokers will, if you don't have the capital for assignment, depending what broker it is, they'll sell it at like 330. Sometimes 4, depending on the name. It sold the bottom for you, dude. Every time that happens, that's exactly how it plays out. They sold 250. Damn. Oh, so right there, that is brutal. What up, Rye Guy? What up, T-Bot? Ron, how you doing? Yeah, I have a small short position on an eval right now. Well, not small. I think I'm in like 2 ES. But the risk isn't crazy on it. Why does it not show? Oh, it's showing on that. Yeah, BL trades. I don't have high expectations, primarily just because of the higher time frames. Yeah, the daily looks strong as hell. It does. But I really don't have like high expectations, at least during the early session. What up, Tiffany? How you doing? How'd you guys trade today, chat? TP session high? Hell yeah. Yeah, right now, I fully think we're just going to fight between 80 and 90 until one of those areas break. If we can get outside of that, we may see some continuation in general. But while inside of that, I mean, expectations are slimmer. $20K to $3K profit. Andrew, what you referring to? What up, Most Fab? What up, PS? What up, Candlestick Cowboy? How y'all doing? Oh, on your spy calls? Damn. Is that what it would have been? No, naturally. I didn't have any issues with Lucid with that. I had issues with Tradeify with that. Who lost 80% of their profit? I sold half early in the day, decided to average up with the profits 1 minute before they auto sold me. Fuck. That's the risk of trading at end of day. It is, because most brokers, not most, some brokers will just fully liquidate you. So that way you don't get assigned. So you caught the whole dump? Hell yeah. Vish, there's some decent areas, but the problem is it's right around 90, right around 80. So we're just here until we're not. And we just got to figure out, are we going to be able to get any type of movement out of it or no? Obviously, the higher time frames do look stronger at the moment, right? You look at the 4 hour, you look at the daily, all very strong closes. My only concern is if we're actually going to be able to get above this during this session, which kind of leads me more so towards range, because we obviously had a very strong rally early in the morning throughout like midday. And then we stuck right into this resistance. Same thing with NQ. Huge resistance here. RTY is retesting this prior low. YM doing a whole lot of nothing. So that's my biggest concern, is just, are we really going to get anywhere with it? And if we don't get out of this prior 4 hour candle, we are within a 12.5 point range. It doesn't sound fun for the next 3 hours. I know that. But I'm definitely open to taking trades. I will say though, absolute dream world, if I wanted to long, for me personally, would be a retest of this. And I know that's more aggressive for sure. Would be this pulling back, spiking somewhere around here, and then we get that move up like tomorrow morning or something. Give us a test of this candle's low, see if we actually hold it or not, and then get the move. There's a chance we get it before that. But for now, it's just a game of, are we going to get that? If we do break the upside, we have a lot of room. But it's a big if. What up, Illuminated? How you doing? I feel like this is going to be a boring session. We'll see. I think there's potential. It's just, are we going to get enough continuation, or is it going to be like you kind of have to scalp session? What up, AXP? You had that QQQ bag today? Hell yeah. $550 away from pass. Then comes the hard part, trailing drawdown on TPT. You'll get through it. It just takes some time, obviously, but you know that. No boring night. SpaceX news gonna drop. AXP. If unplanned SpaceX news drops, we need to know. We need to know how. You know exactly what I mean. I'm doing good, brother. During New York session, I caught one trade today. It was this short off of the resistance that we've been watching. Quick little like 3R, again, right around that 3.1-ish, 3.2-ish. I basically just shorted this high once we got up to it because I saw it starting to reject. I took the short on the, I think it was a 2 minute. This isn't the exact entry. I just threw this up there when I was in the trade. I got in somewhere in this consolidation, but quick move got me out, and then obviously it kept rallying, but I got my piece. That was mainly just playing the broader range that we were in. I talked about it in the Discord. We held 30, obviously we ran all the way up to 60s, slammed off 60s, then pushed all the way back to 30s. To me, that was the range to trade until it wasn't. We did talk about yesterday that if we got the continuation, today could be a hell of a rally day. And we didn't quite get to 600, but we got damn close. So there was a lot of potential in the session. At least throughout the overnight and then early New York. NQ's fighting the open. If NQ gets above the open, we may see a little bit of a push. I know someone asked something about gold. Yeah, TCM, I would love 570s on ES. I just don't know if we get there. I do think 570 would be the path of least resistance. It's just kind of when. Looks like next week's prime for another high. What do the weeklies look like so far? Did the weeklies look like they just want all-time highs? They do. Obviously, YM already got there. But every other weekly chart, if we get a strong close tomorrow, looks like they want all-time highs. If we get a weaker close and a big push lower, wouldn't be great. But at the moment, it looks like it wants to keep going. Where's that gold question? You're holding NQ until 30,040. So you want new highs? All right, there it is, naturally. What are your thoughts on a starter gold swing? I feel like we maybe had a good point to move higher. Let's look. I mean, if it's a starter swing, then the risk reward's definitely in your favor. It's definitely in your favor for a starter swing, for sure. Especially if we can get the 4 hour to actually set this higher low and get back above like 150s, which, you know, we've been talking about 150s for a few days now. If we can get back over 150s, I think you're looking pretty good. You're not looking too shabby at all there. So yeah, that definitely gets interest to me. It's crazy how even if you wanted to throw risk on, like right now, let's say you went in on gold. Crazy tight stops. If we're able to get over this 590 on ES, we could see a decent push, but we need over it. Every rally has been faded hard. Yeah, I mean, it's been faded hard, but at some point, if bears get exhausted, you're not going to continue to see that fade. What'd say? If we get another 1,000-point drop tomorrow on NQ after this rally, you might throw up. I mean, knowing the NASDAQ, brother, anything is possible. Anything on that chart is humanly possible. Do I think we're going to drop 1,000 points? No. I really wouldn't want to see that. The main reason I would want to pull back if it happened would just be to retest that 4 hour low and give us a retest of like 570s to give me higher conviction and like a better long entry. But if we don't get that, we don't get that. Oh, the Notorious? Yes, you know we're watching that. I feel like everybody's going to be watching that. They have the, what the fuck is it called? They have a thing today, right, for that? I'm blanking what it's called. The conference. Yeah, Elder, to me, it just makes sense. Because even if I want to long this daily, yes, can this daily break this high and rip? 100%. If it does, this chart is aggressively strong. And at that point, I would expect like 650s on ES. But if we go for, let's say, a daily consolidation bar, at least for a majority of tomorrow's day, well, today's candle, whatever you want to call it, a retest down to here doesn't look insane on this chart. Give me a little spike lower to right there. 4 hour would be pulling back into retesting this little high here that we fought in the past. And then we would get that move. So far, though, it looks like it doesn't want to. We would need back below the open to really start getting anything like that. If ES gets to 570s, you may just throw on 5 minis and close the computer. I mean, I'm not down on like a select account. So you want all-time highs tomorrow? You might want to take a breather. And also, you hope he doesn't disappoint. He's been out of the game for 5 years, doing every single substance known to man. I don't have high expectations for him at all. It's either going to be a really good fight, or it's going to be like Stipe versus John Jones. I don't really see any other outcome for that. Like, it'll be a battle for the first few rounds, or it'll be like Stipe John Jones. And that's how I see that fight going. Chat, did France win by chance? I think they did, right? He about to get wrecked. I would be shocked if he didn't. I would be. I love Max either way. Agreed. If Yankee goes to all-time highs tomorrow, I won't be on any stream going forward. XP, I don't even want to know the bag you have in that right now. Oh, France did win. Well, chat, I don't know if you guys saw Jake's story. I mean, he said tomorrow. But technically today's our tomorrow. Because we don't stream tomorrow. So I think... we do this. And I think there's a loophole in there where we logically can't. France dominated the game as expected. Hell yeah. Congratulations, chat. You're now 2-3 against Jake. You guys are doing well. Call me delusional, but like if the market's going to rally, this has a bit more of my interest because of the risk profile. And I truly think that is delusional. Because the 4 hour also looks terrible. Ron, I saw that comment by McGregor. And I mean, you know, if McGregor's smack talking, it's going to be the greatest smack talk in the world. That's just how that man lives. Remember, rule of thumb, trust nothing until 7. So 8 p.m. I mean, yes and no. But I also do agree because we need ES above 590. Crazy how getting your first payout changes everything. It makes you trade so much smarter and consistent. Dude, 100%. Been getting max payouts for the last 2 weeks. Just secured my 3rd max payout on Lucid. Congratulations, brother. That is fucking huge. It is, because what you're likely experiencing is just getting the confidence that you can do it. Like, you've seen the process. You've seen it's not worth like stressing or making the mistakes you made before, and now you're just trading smarter. Yeah, Ollie, for now, giveaways are back until chat gambles more. Until they gamble more, I'm pretty sure they're back. I mean, I noticed they were basically back today because every single person ran a hush hush giveaway. Have you been trading ES only? No, AXP, not only ES. I've traded YM this week. I've been trading ES on stream when I trade. I don't think I've traded anything else on stream. I traded a little bit of GC on like Monday. Then I traded YM like Wednesday during the day, yesterday. Other than that, mainly ES. Yeah, PS, I noticed Jake said that he just happened to be on and saw the giveaway I ran. Why is that man on stream at like 4 a.m? I thought we were clear. I thought it was easy to do. He was nowhere to be found and he was out cold. Little did I know he was lurking in chat. I was delusional trying to short that or short this. You're saying that for yourself? I mean, yes and no. Because I took a small short on an eval down here. I think it was actually, yeah, down around here as we broke below 450 or after this failure here. For me, it was just I wanted a broader pullback on the mid to high time frames. I still don't think it's delusional. Is it against the higher time frame trend? For sure. 100%. Probably pub night ended early. Probably. I think it's going to go up. For me, over 590s on ES, likely leads higher. Under 580s, likely leads lower. And that's kind of the game that we're in right now. Just based off of what the market looks like, what the charts look like. To be honest, I don't want to see us rip early like we kind of are. I would rather see us base out a little bit more in this 4-hour range and then break during, let's say, London pre-market or New York. I want to see a little bit more range on this time frame because we are at this big resistance on ES. We're at this big resistance on NQ. The reason I want that is if we attempt to get this breakout and we don't and we push back lower, your chances of a larger rejection are more probable versus building a stronger foundation throughout this. Because, I mean, yeah, we have consolidated in this area since 1 p.m. So we have support around like 82s to 80s, and we have a resistance around 90s. What up, YT? NQ was such a disaster to trade yesterday. I noticed he has much cleaner order flow and structure, moves less. But man, NQ had me yesterday when I was trying to get my entry. NQ is nice to make profits on, but I really don't love trading it. And I know a majority of the chat is getting disagrees with that fully. If I have to pick one that I think's nicer to trade between ES and NQ, it's going to be ES. Do I think NQ can make you a shitload of money in a very short period of time, which is why a lot of people trade it? Yes. And that's what makes it nice to trade. What up, Cole? Cole, what you mean RIP? Bad day, brother? You passed? Hell yeah, brother. NQ puts in the most random candles? Yes. That's why I don't love it as much. It's just overly volatile in the lower time frames. Especially during New York. Mainly because if I trade NQ, it's because I can find something that has a 30-point stop for a really nice risk to reward. And that's the main times that I'll be interested in trading it. But any other time outside of that, not really. 68.9% win rate on it, 15 winning trades. Love it, brother. Now you got to grind it again. Cole, what's the payouts on those? Like, what's the payout cap on those? Zay, that's how healthier markets, at least healthier bullish markets, run. They're not always just squeezing consistently to the upside, but you'll see this clean trend, broader consolidation, which and then you'll see slow grinds until we finally break that high. Yeah, over like 90, 95 on ES. So basically over today's highs. At that point, you start to squeeze towards like 620s. And you really open up the floodgates. Market, if SpaceX has news, it will go straight to 30,197. I'll remember that, AXP. Wait, Cole. The payout caps on the 250Ks are 3K. I feel like that math doesn't math. I feel like that doesn't. You have to make $15,000 to get a $3,000 payout. With a 30% consistency, I'm gonna be honest, that's ass. That's ass. What do you mean more profit target? No more profit target? Oh, okay. First payout is 3K consistency. It is 30%. So what's the buffer then on the account? Because obviously if you have to get past the trailing drawdown, you have to get past that buffer. So what's the number you have to get past on it? You said trailing's probably what? 7, I would assume. Profit target 6,600. Okay. V count as MAE. I will never recommend it to a single person ever. Grind. That might be the worst one I've heard. Other than Jake making like 5K on a growth account. You don't understand consistency. Now I'm about to have to make 9K on a 25K eval just for the 40%. Did you have a 9K day on a 25K eval? Oh, exaggerating. Okay. I was going to say, holy hell. Mind you, I've been crushing it full porting. Well, there's your number one mistake, brother. If you have consistency, full porting ain't going to do you any justice. You want a full port when you don't have consistency. That's the best time to do it. You're a 4K day? Yeah, so you're cooked. So you're quite literally not exaggerating. You have to make 9K. What's MAE? I don't remember the exact rules behind it. So Cole, if you make, let's say $3,000 and then you lose 1,500 of that, you fail the account. Well, you don't fail the account, but they wipe all your prior profits. An example, I had one of the old Apex accounts before they made the new ones. I made $1,400 in 2 trading days. The next day, I think I ended up taking like 3 losses in a row. I was down 750. I took one more trade, won it, got my account plus $100. Because intraday I was down that amount, they wiped all of the profits before, and I basically had to restart the account. And that was the last time I traded Apex on the old accounts, and I wouldn't touch it again. Yeah, grind, because you need what on that account? $1,500 to get a payout. I think 25Ks are like 1,500. 12 or 15, one or the other. What up, 7? 2K? You need 2K and a 25K? So all you do, that's what you would have your biggest day be. $800 to keep you on that 2K number. So what I usually do is, let's say it's 800, I'll give myself wiggle room up to like 1,000. So you want 40% of the total profit to be in one day. So anything you make over that amplifies now by like 1.2, somewhere around there. This guy got an A in math. This is the only class I got an A in. Mainly because I didn't care a lot about high school towards the end, because I was going to be a welder. But I love math. What up, Trader W? Bro, why didn't you just lose money? Alan, most people realize it when the day ends. And you can tell when they make the mistake the first time, but they realize it after the day's closed, then they ask questions. And at that point, you're already cooked. It's GG's. What you mean, Trader W? Or are you talking to someone else? Well, yeah, Cole. There's a reason Apex does 90% offs or 1776. Because first off, obviously 4th of July, but second off, because it's enticing. People are going to buy 20 of those, and then they make their money on the activation fees. That's just called marketing, and it apparently worked. Asking me, why did I leave? Health reasons, for the most part. I was welding in a chemical plant, and I mean, the shit I was breathing in every day wasn't good. Anyone I worked with that was the age of 40 looked like they were probably 65. I was also working outside most of the winter. Rain, sun, shine, didn't matter, all year round. There was a few times where I almost got badly injured, and I didn't want to do that career anymore. I still love welding, but working in the chemical plants made me lose a lot of interest in it. At least as a career. Ren, GG just means good game. I don't like Apex because you can't trade gold. I think they changed that. I think they got rid of that. Oil's trying to hold here. Gold, not so much. Dollar's obviously not open yet. Why is that marked? Oh, I marked that as if that was the open. RTY is still relatively weak. Where's that high? 89. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, Rob, I was also dealing with, like, the stuff we were making was the whitener for paints, toothpaste, all of that. And basically anything that's white pigmented was what they used that powder for. And we were dealing with acid, caustics, all that stuff every single day. How are we feeling on a short? Rejections of 90, and I'm not opposed to it. Because I still think we can lean down in the longer term. Not in the longer term, but like throughout the early session of the overnight. But I'm more neutral on the higher time frame charts, wholeheartedly. Even though this hourly looks stronger, I'd rather just see how the hourly closes than go off of that. Because this obviously is fading the every single time frame if you try to take a short. Which, if we do end up getting back below like 90 to 89, I'm not opposed to taking a stab, mainly because risk to reward as well, right? Let's say you get in 89, 3.5 point stop. If you want that, your risk or your potential reward, even to the lows, is 2R. But it's just patience for now. Yeah, Cole, you don't have to worry about Apex not paying. If you follow the rules on Apex, they will pay you. Everyone who bitches and moans about Apex not paying just broke rules, and that's that. They just don't want to admit that they broke rules that they agreed to, and they're upset about it. But Apex pays, no matter what. Yeah, Alan, I can't get the 570s out of my head. I would love a test of 570s, fully. Yeah, they are slow. They'll approve you within like an hour or two, and then normally you'll get paid a week later. At least that's how I was. It's not as bad as they used to be, though. They used to pay you twice a month. Three to 11 days. All right. Yeah, mine was 7 exactly. So I was towards like the middle of that. I didn't do my normal poll. What up, Bugs? Another green day at TPT. Love it, brother. Absolutely love it. Vish, that's why it's just important to know the rules of the firm that you're trading. And that's what most people didn't do. Most people try to jump from firm to firm without actually understanding the rules behind the firm that they're trading, and that's when a lot of them blow up. Yeah, 7. You know what's crazy? A lot, like most people that get those payouts will complain about how slow it is. When in reality, if you get a payout from your normal brokerage, unless you do instant payouts, it's usually 5 days, 3 to 5 days, somewhere in there. And I feel like they're just too used to a lot of prop firms who pay out in 1 day, right? Or an hour or 10 minutes. Because that's obviously what Tradeify and Apex do for the most, or Tradeify and Lucid do for the most part. You know what I mean? Apex used to pay out. You used to put in your request in the middle of the month and you wouldn't get paid till the end of the month. And at one point it was, you'd wait like a month to get a payout. And the money wouldn't leave your account right away. So you weren't even able to trade for a few days. But they've definitely gotten a lot better with it. Do you trade price action? Yeah, Zontana. Overall price action structure, that's why I'm okay being open to potential shorts just because we're up in this area. I mean, worst case here, even if you did put like a wider stop at 6 points, you're throwing it up at these highs, which I'm okay with. And then let's say you get to 70, you're looking at that. So what would that even be? Let's say you got in there through a stop there, target like there, it'd be like 3R. I'm not in one yet, YT, but I am watching for the rejection. Mainly just anticipating more of a range throughout this session. And if we do range, let's say we go back to the lows, that puts us down at 82. So it's like 7 points for probably like a 5R risk or 5-point risk. I took a few contracts on an eval. What would that risk be if I did 95.5? It's a little more than I want, so let's go. I mean, first target would be something like that, but that's what I'm primarily looking for. But I did get in some size right there. I'm in 12 micros. Let me make sure that P&L is on so you can see it. It is 100% against the higher time frames. I know that, right? Obviously, we are above the open. I know that as well. I'm just playing off, first off, the gamma aspect up in this area that we're currently rejecting off of. And I think the path of least resistance is going to be a little bit lower. If we test this, we test that. But for me on this trade, the risk is 370. You can see I do have $7.50 of realized P&L because I put too much size than I wanted, so I got out. But I'm just trading on an eval at the moment. Then I'm in a long, run a short. Someone's going to win, Cole. That's the great part. But now, first aspect of this trade would be something like this. Just getting down towards the 80 area. TCM, I just don't think we rip new highs yet. I think we can tomorrow, but I want to see that during like London-ish pre-market or New York. This would be the one like not even riskier setup that I'm willing to take on the session. Lucid pays outs in minutes to hours. I have not had a Lucid payout that was more than 10 minutes. Everything's been under. Did you try 10-4 prop firm? Not yet, brother. Did you take anything in this session I just did, Moise? Rob, me and you both got the same idea. Doubt you would care, but Alpha Futures has 50% off direct plans right now. Just got an email for that. Well, chat, if you like trading Alpha Futures and you want to use their direct plan, use code RAKE. Get 50% off. How dare you hedge against my financial advisor? Shh, bitch, don't tell the people. Yeah, Rob, Dream World, I would just love 570. If we hit 570, I'm willing to long. I wouldn't even say, well, I mean, longs, yeah, they don't look the greatest with us rejecting 90. So there's a few reasons why I'm interested in this. Also, we talked about the higher time frame daily structure. And I'll go through these charts one at a time, so that way it's not a bunch of charts. ES is at a very large daily resistance that I don't think we just break right away closing this. If we break it, I get stopped out. Same thing with NQ. We're at a broader daily pivot, especially when you go to the 4 hour, you can see it more clearly. This is a massive resistance area. We have never, except for right here, just tested it and broke through it. Even this, we consolidated around it for a long time, but we've continuously rejected this and respected this. I just don't expect us to test it, get one little candle consolidation, and then face rip through it. Like I said, if it happens, it happens. But I lean more so towards the consolidative aspect throughout this session to potentially slightly lower for just a structural pullback. Doesn't even have to be overly aggressive, which is why I'm willing to take this. On top of that as well, if you know Mitch, you know what he watches, and it's the gamma aspect of it. If you look right here, we have this huge order sitting at 590s, which we just rejected, and part of the reason we took it, obviously we're going to be fighting a little bit around 580s, which is, if you noticed, where I have this. And then if we break below that, that's when you can really see stuff run. Andrew, you just caught a 2R and NQ short? How tight was your stop? And by the way, this stop, you can look at this and know this is a wide ass stop. Why I did this is because I just put it above the highs. If I want a tight stop, this is what this trade actually is. Which the second we start to break below the open, this stop will be moved to right here. This is the risk to reward. It essentially could be, but I do have a stop like this at the moment. And I'm sized for this stop, not this stop. If I took this stop, I would probably be in 2 to 2.5 minis. Alan, I'm implementing it more and more. I just don't have a Gamma subscription myself yet. So I rely on Mitch's posts. Rob, I feel like a lot of people do. I just feel like, I don't even feel like it's chasing here. I feel like it's just, it's clear that it could, I think the path of least resistance is lower for a test. It was tight because I'm more bullish. Hell yeah, Andrew. How can I put this gamma on my charts? Zantana, that is a personal indicator that Mitch made with Claude. Eventually, I will have a chart tab that has something like that on it. It'll be up here like the NKD. Damn, NKD is ripping. Interesting. I'll have a chart that I have that on my side monitor, but I likely just won't show that on stream all the time like Mitch does. And it's just, he coded it with Claude. So I'm sure if you jump on his stream around 12:30, you could see, you could ask him, like, how did he do that? And then he might be able to help you out a little bit. But everything I do and get would be just from him. Remember, if we get below the open, that is when I start to move the stop. Honestly, you could probably look to start moving it now. Because if this 15 pushes higher in the next 9 minutes to close above our entry, we have a 15-minute fail to go higher. And I might rather just be stopped out. This hourly is also part of the reason why I got in. If we do push lower in the next 9 minutes, we have a pretty big rejection. But we would need to be lower. I'm going to drop my stop a few points to 93.5. Dollar should be open. Little bit of a gap lower. If we hold the open, I think we are just hard stuck between 90 and 80. I mean, at that point, 90 and 86, because we can't even get towards 80. Meta is rocketing, is it? It's up 1%, not too shabby. How are semiconductors doing? MU's up a little bit, but it's been up a little bit every single night so far. Yeah, if this holds, I'll likely take that stop. But my risk now dropped to 250 on this one. Japan PPI just came out. Interesting. Yeah, us holding the open so far is why I started to tighten the stop on this. I don't hate throwing it at like 92. I just don't want to squeeze it too much. But in reality, we really shouldn't get back above that. We have 7 minutes left in this 15, so it'll be important to see how we react. We would have to reject here pretty quickly. 5 minutes still an inside bar. We'll see how it closes in 2 minutes. Ray just trade the chart, fuck the news, Japanese PPI. Agreed. I usually don't pay attention to news. If it's like US PPI or FOMC or something, I just won't be in a trade. But that's how I trade that. If it's anything less than that, I have no problem trading through it as long as the chart agrees with it. Yeah, I saw NKD's making some moves so far. NKD is also another one that is pretty strong, once again, at that resistance we talked about yesterday as well. That 69 175s, it would shock me. Like, if it just rips over this, I would expect NKD to get a lot of momentum throughout the overnight, like a shitload of momentum. So that'd be a good name to watch around this, like 69 175 to 200s area. But yeah, if we get buying pressure, then the thesis started to work out. We triggered on the 15. Hourly did break back below the prior hourly high. Everything's set up how I want at the moment. Just failing. Grind. Most of the stuff that I do is just learn as you go. Nearly everything I do is just learn as you go. Obviously, I took the mastermind from Jake, but he doesn't look through all of that. It's just me hearing other people talk about it, and then I start looking into it and understanding it. Like the negative correlation that you typically get from the dollar to the stock indices. As well as in this, what's going to help influence this current market, and why is there more volatility after 8 p.m. Eastern? Because you're looking at the overseas markets opening. So I always keep an eye on those a little bit. Nothing crazy. Like, do I think the market has to face rip just because this is hitting high of day? No. Will it does it give it a bigger chance of it? Yeah, 100%. That's just like saying ES has to go up because NQ's going up or because YM's going up. It definitely gives it confluence for sure. But a lot of it's just trial and error, understanding the current market conditions. I used to strongly watch oil and the indices together. Now the negative correlation isn't really there as much as it was. So I pay attention to the dollar and other instruments, like the other indices, obviously, and then NKD. What's your bias? My broader bias is more bullish, but I just want to see a pullback down into 80, possibly 70 for a long. So I'm just trading the thesis into that area for that setup to play out. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't love the idea of us just ripping this high and rocketing right away. So I'm playing into that. And if it does it, it does it. I'll likely miss part of that because I'm taking this. Would you say you incorporate more macros out of all the Project 365 streamers? No. Mitch is probably the only one ahead of me in that. Mitch watches everything, and I mean everything. He quite literally geeks out over every instrument in the market, and that's why I love talking to him about stuff. The amount of deep dives that man does to give him broader conviction on the market is nuts. But he looks at every single asset that could be impacting the market. News, data, doesn't matter. He's usually the one I go to if I have questions about stuff like that. Most fab, there's nothing wrong with longs. Like I've talked about, if we end up holding the open, I will get stopped. Like if we get above this high, I will be stopped. That means longs are in play. I'm not going to exit this trade after getting in and it working out essentially in the beginning how I wanted to. Everything set up perfectly. We just weren't able to get below the open. But I would be more irritated if I got in a long, if I closed this position, got in a long, and then it sold off. I would rather eat this stop. I got in this trade I accepted this stop. So I have no problem letting this get stopped. None at all. But yeah, if you have a long bias, that's why I say don't follow me. I don't use the EMAs. You know that. But there's probably a decent amount of people that, 68% of the chat's leaning bullish. This could easily face rip. Easily. The broader structure looks like it's good for longs. I just want, we already had the hourly starting the failure to go higher. Now closing a little stronger. So there's a higher probability we get stopped if it closes up there. But when we racked down the open, we had the hourly failure to go higher. I just wanted to see us test lower. So I'm willing to trade that thesis. Perrin, this is prop firms. I believe right now all of us are trading prop firms. Mitch sometimes trades self-fundeds, and then Jake trades self-fundeds when he wants to, for the most part. But obviously he has that Alpha Futures account that he is just crushing. He has his 5 Lucid accounts that he's in a battle with Lucid on. The never-ending battle that some of y'all know about. Yeah, most of us trade prop firms. Most traders right now trade prop firms. And the bigger reason behind it too, yes. And I know the spiel, first, better taxes. Second, obviously it's your money. You can control it how you want to control it. But the risk aspect is why a mass majority of traders trade prop firms. If, let's say I took this risk on a trade where I'm risking, it was initially $360. For me to do that on an account that's self-funded, probably respectfully need $7,000 to $10,000 in it. So instead of me doing that, I'm just going to pay $100 for an account, get it funded, and then run it up. Brent, I trade my own with options. That is one thing I will not trade props on. And I know people asked Jake questions about it this morning. I have zero interest in ever trading anything with an options prop firm. It doesn't make sense to me. And I know it makes sense for some people. It probably helps for understanding it. But for me, I can't make any of it make sense, no matter how much I look into it. So I always trade my own cash on options. But yeah, this is a Tradeify Select account that I'm on. Lucid's melting my ass. Andrew, you don't do well with Lucid either? Looks lower than rips. Rob, that shit is called what we've been in for the past, 2 months? Range, baby. Just range. If you read any information on prop firms, R makes the most sense. Yes. And it does, but a lot of people trade them differently. Something I've realized for the most part is the way, the traders that I know that do the best in the prop firms are the ones that are willing to be more risky with them and spend more on them. Obviously, they have the capital to do it. And with that, I'm literally talking Jake, Alan, and Zach. Most of them have 6-figure transactions within prop firms, and they get multiple 6 figures out of it. And that's just the risk to reward game they're willing to pay. Right? Alan was willing to trade last year, $200,000 in prop firm fees for $800,000 in profits. That's how I am kind of shifting my focus more so towards prop firms. Now, mind you, you won't find me paying 6 figures in prop firms because I ain't got bread like that. where I can just dump 6 figures. Unless I'm getting mass payouts, then yeah, I'd up my expenses. Most fab. Now you see why I didn't want long. Now, mind you, did it start to look stronger right here? Yes, it did. But I would have been something like this, because I know myself as a trader. If I flipped long right there where we talked about, and this happened, if I closed this trade, flipped long, then this happened, I would be irritated as hell, personally. Yep. And it was nothing against, like I said, longs could work, but I could not get my head around me thinking the market's going to break right now. Could it have? Yes, the market can do whatever the hell it wants. It'll be irrational longer than you can be solvent. And that's one of the greatest sayings in trading. Also, chat, don't forget, we are running a giveaway today because you guys want to bet with Jake. It's a Christmas miracle. So like the stream. I know numbers are lower tonight, so if I need to, I'll drop this number. I do not care. We're going to be running a giveaway for sure. Jake has also given the green light. Obviously, it's happened in Jake's stream. I think it happened in another stream today. If we see someone that we know that hasn't won and they've been in chats active, or at least just been a loyal supporter for a while, we're allowed to just give one away. Just letting you guys know that. I don't think I plan to do it tonight, but we're allowed to. Just keep that in mind. You're telling me I have a chance? 100%. By the way, one thing I will say, because I already see you guys doing it, and I know people will do it every time I mention that. What happens when the chat consistently asks Jake for giveaways? He doesn't do them, right? So what do you think happens if you consistently ask for the giveaway account? Just saying. Be smart about it. Don't beg. But no, we do have the opportunity to do that, which we're beyond happy about. Did you guys took a trade? Yeah, Rich. You can look right below my name. You can see my position, my entry, everything. This is where I got in on this initial break, and then obviously we're pushing lower so far. Can I please have one, JK? I'll ban you for a week. You can have that. By the way, I'm going to trail stop to, I'll go 91 because if that tests, we're just hard stuck. So I'm going to trail to here. My risk on this trade is now $100 plus the $750 I used because I sized down. Little late here. Happy you're here, brother. Better late than never. Be smart, you fucking degens. Hell yeah, Zay. You should not do a giveaway. Okay, all right. The man's, that's some high quality reverse psychology. If Chad just started saying we would really hate it if you did a giveaway. Imagine if you did that to Jake tomorrow. Like, just everyone just starts saying, please don't do a giveaway. And then he actually just doesn't do it and the reverse psychology backfires. I don't need your charity. Got it naturally. I'll keep that in mind going forward for the indefinite future. Can I please be banned? Eldridge just got a 10-second timeout. To be fair, was he possibly saying reverse psychology? Yes. Did I say fuck it anyway and take it because he asked to be banned? Yes. So we'll see him in 10 seconds. He'll be back shortly. Jess, make what a challenge. No, Pran, ask as much as you want, brother. I mean, if it's too much and I have to focus on executing a trade, fine. Fine. Alexa Glitcher is at only 13. Hit the refresh button. Like I said, if viewers don't get above 200 today, I have no problem lowering that number a little bit. You guys are already at 80, and we're an hour in. You guys should easily reach it. And also, I just realized it was at the bottom of the screen. But remember, chat, you guys determine when the giveaway happens today. What up, Acer? But give me 1 second, Pran. I'm going to double check the rest of chat. I'll take Naturally's charity. Hell yeah. Another sneaky sneak. No, Randy, France won. This one's reasonable. I can't get called out for this one. France won. And here's my thought process. Because Jake said if France wins, we resume giveaways tomorrow. Well, if you're trading a prop firm account, right now is tomorrow. This trading day is tomorrow, if you think about it. And I don't stream tomorrow, so technically I can do giveaways right now. And I think that argument will hold up in a court of law. So I think we're good. Acer, you quite literally asked for it. There is proof in the chat. You said, please ban me. Here in Europe, it already is tomorrow. That's true. Stop's going to go break even for me. I haven't trimmed yet. I have a trim at 80.5. It's not going to be crazy. I'm taking 4 contracts off. And then I'll probably leave stop break even if that gets. The only thing we really don't want to see is us hold this 80 area. The nice part is for us to get stopped, we basically have to go all the way back to the high of the range. We caught a decent trade so far, right? We're not fully 2R. Obviously in the beginning, you guys know stop was wider, but we talked about it once we got in. If you really wanted to, stop could have been here. You got tickled if you put your stop right there. It was pretty damn close. Now you see why I didn't want to put my stop that close. But the box, you're talking about these little areas. On this session, a lot of those areas that I draw come from the 15-minute. Sometimes the hourly as well. I just compare them and look at them. But I just draw it we're in a range right now. So that's the lows of the range. Obviously, the highs are up around 92s, so this one could be higher. I just left this one there because it's from before. I have no problem moving it a little bit higher if I think that's what needs to be done, but for now I haven't. And you can see these are the areas that we used on last night's stream when we were trading, which I didn't take anything yesterday, and how well they worked out during New York. Just me drawing those 15-minute pivots off the broader structure that I liked as support resistance. Look at today. We opened right next to it, tested the lower pivot, got back up, retested the middle area, broke up to the high area, all the way back to the low area, back above the mid, retested the mid, right back to the highs in which we 3-bar played and broke. They worked flawlessly. And that is just me looking at a chart at the 15-minute and being like, this looks like a pretty strong pivot and marking it. That is all those are. So it's not hard to find support and resistance that you can trade off of. It really isn't. What's the issue with Lucid? I missed it. I don't see an issue. I don't know of any issue with Lucid. Gonna lock myself out for another hour. Hell yeah, brother. Got FOMO. I mean, did you catch the trade you wanted? If so, fuck FOMO. If you executed poorly, I get it. For me, I don't even get fear of missing out. I get irritation from poor execution. That is my version of FOMO. There's not many times, unless I am being there. Okay, I'll be honest. When I get FOMO is if I'm being a complete degenerate and I oversize into a trade and I get out when I shouldn't have. And then it just keeps ripping where it should, right? That's when I'm like, well, that sucks. But in reality, I shouldn't have been in that position anyway. So it's just me being an idiot. But overall, FOMO, I get more irritation from poor execution versus actual fear of missing out. You guys should be able to see right below me that first trim did fill. So now we're looking at 70. 70 is what I want. How low do you think we're going to go is what I'm assuming. I want to see how we react to 70. I have zero problem if we get to 70 going full cash. Zero. Oh, you have multiple targets, might be. Cool, that's just how I trade. I usually don't fully get out. This is an area that I want to watch. But also for me, if we're that close and I truly think we're going to see that test, like why do I think we're going to see that test? Look at the hourly right now. Hourly, in theory, if you look at the more deep, like defined, detailed aspects, this is a lower high in the hourly. Failed. Technically trying to break lower. Could we hold this? Yeah, 100%. 100% we can hold this. This trade can go from me being up almost 500 to me closing out right around 200. And that's just the risk I'm willing to take on this. Because right now, my overall dynamic are, which, yes, could you move it down to the open? 100%. Where I would end up being okay moving my stop to the open is if we ripped below 80, or if we ended up setting a lower high and then breaking a new low. Then I'd be willing to put my stop at the open. Because we can still pull back here and then push back lower. But even if I look at broader like dynamic art, let's just say that versus this, it's still net positive, so it's still worth me holding. Right now, I would essentially be risking the 300-ish in open profit for another 450. Thoughts on gold for a sec, real quick? Yep. It looked like it wanted to break when it was trying to hold earlier. A little weaker. Same thing as the indices for the most part. The hardest part for me on gold is the daily. Like this, we're struggling. I want us above, and I've talked about this for the past few days. Gold over 200, you have my interest. While it's kind of sitting below, not as much, right? Because we're fighting between basically 100 and 150s. We get above 200, I'm interested in longs, like broader term longs, where I may take options for a few months out and just let them rip. But it's just paying attention to the 4 hour. I'm not overly bearish on ES. I just want to see more of a structural pullback. I moved this to 88, so just above the open. So worst case, I would make like 210, 220 if that pulls back. It's crazy because this looks like it's far away, but when you realize we're only 4 points away and you look at a DOM, it's like right there. Oh, also, I got to change that. I would have just gone 4 contracts short if that filled. Remember, if you trim, change your stop order. But no, Cole, there are times where I will force a trim. I thought about it right here when we were testing it, but I truly felt like we were going to test at least near 80. Now, mind you, did we test 80? No. This is also why I front run, right? I'm already front running my broader target a little bit. I wanted to see 80 test. I have it at 80.5. If I just continuously take early trims, I'm just going to keep taking less and less on every trade. And it's just, I'd rather just let the trade work for the most part. But if there's a structural reason where I'm like, all right, this may not test, or if it's my final target, I have no problem doing it. With a trim, a lot of times I kind of just want to let it go. My FOMO comes bad from execution too. I have to stop moving my stop loss. Then do that, Rain. Be like Alan. Alan doesn't like to move his stop loss. I think he did it once yesterday on chat. He asked chat if he should move his stop. They all said yes. He moved it, and then he got stopped out, and the trade kept going. So that was great. Yeah, Cole, most of the time though, I will say if I have a full target, usually I do have this drawn out to like my broader target. So you're probably used to seeing that. And then I trim along the way. For this one, we looked at the book map for it. We looked at the overall structure. So I wanted to leave that as like showing the risk to reward in the beginning, just to be transparent about it. People don't like losing, but losing is part of trading. Agreed. I mean, there was quite literally someone on stream yesterday telling Alan he trades like an unprofitable trader. And I'm not trolling, and no, they were not trolling, because they said multiple comments like that they worded differently. I mean, you gotta be a special kind of stupid to say that in Alan's stream. You gotta be a special kind of dumb. Mitch's explanation on the market's amazing. Dude, I love listening to Mitch Yap. Yeah, Zay. Sorry about that. Just saw that. That's the gamma. So if you look at this compared to ours, I'll do that. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And you can see it's from Mitch. So I'm literally using Mitch's channel in the Discord. By the way, Mitch posts this all the time in the Discord. He posts it pre-market, sometimes during the day, sometimes pre-Asia. So if you want to be a part of the Discord, you want to see this. And this is just that. It's not even Mitch's detailed breakdowns throughout the entire day. But you guys can see exactly. We targeted this area right here. Now, take all of what I'm about to say with the TLDR, because I'm still practicing gamma. I'm still understanding it. From what this chart's telling me, this should be a fucking battle right here between like 80 and 75. But if we break below 75, there's a chance we go straight to 550s. Now, that's enticing. It may take a while to break this, but if we break 75, red go fast, and then green slow down. The Discord free or charged. It's $99 a month, but it has the entire mastermind system in it. And then I'll just use Mitch as a little example for right now. Within the Discord, this is just like the rake trade section. You have Jake's trading, my analysis, another moderator we have, another moderator we have, another moderator we have that shows book map. You have Mitch that all throughout the day, right? Consistent updates. You have Alan. You have a legend that we have in here called Waxu, who just trades SPX all day. And he has been on a fucking tear. Like, I think there's someone in the Discord whose account's up 300-something% in the short distance we've had lately off of just his trades. And then we do have the full entire educational mastermind, which is what all of us, it's the foundation of what every single Project 365 trader learned from. I'm not saying trades, because everyone obviously trades the structure, but most people made tweaks to it other than Jake. But it's the foundation where we all learned. And then you have the two indicators that Jake has as well that he uses. So the levels indicator and then the eagle eye that he shows. I was checking WAP and it said 200. Jordan, if you do that link right there, and then I'm not going to do the command for it, but if you use code STREAM, STREAM at checkout, it's $99 lifetime. Well, not $99 a month for lifetime. What time does Mitch have his show? 12:30. So right around noontime, 12:30 Eastern, 12:30 to 1:30. Yeah, trading for the W. I'm okay with where my stop is now. If it rips back higher, just because we're already sitting down here for a decent amount of time. I'm also okay if I put it back up to break even and leave it there. Either or is not really going to impact me. I mean, what's the 15 doing? 15 is an inside bar. So broader term, it looks like it's going to continue lower. So I'll do that actually. Normally I don't listen to chat, but I actually like that. So I'm going to throw that break even again, which it's right in between 9.25 and 0.5. So I have it at 0.5. I just like the overall structure of how it looks more bearish. And if it gets volatile, I don't want to get wicked out. So I'm willing to do it. Good looks, though. Good looks. Did he have any reason for saying that? Because Alan's so transparent about the trades he takes and explains it well. Riz. And I mean this in probably the nicest way possible. Some people just, they're unhappy in life. And their favorite thing to do is push it onto other people. And that is the exact way I look at anyone who's like an actual hater. Because think about it. You're likely, if you're streaming on YouTube, you're probably not going to have Alan jump on stream and start saying you're a shitty trader. You're probably not going to have Jake jump on stream and start saying you're a shitty trader, right? Jadon, Umar, Stock Market Wolf, none of those people are going to jump in your chat and be like, dude, you suck. If anything, they would jump in and like try to give their piece of feedback and advice, not just say, yeah, I know you're unprofitable and you suck at trading. So you just got to remember the type of people that are making those comments. But yeah, no, to do it to Alan of all people is the craziest decision. One of the people who's made $1 million last year trading, call him unprofitable. All right. Is there a way of adding it even though I'm already subscribed? Andrew. Subscribed in the Discord? Like, are you already a member? If so, go in the Discord. In onboarding, the channel onboarding on the side. Here, I'll show you real quick. Go to onboarding, go to support, and then just create a membership ticket. We're nice about it. We'll get you. We'll make sure you're taken care of. Where's the sup after this break on NQ? Oh, NQ is flush and flushing. Who's short in NQ? By the way, I'm just saying, yesterday might have been an outlier in chat, but there was like 70% of chat that was bullish. The fade to chat works flawlessly. Like 80% of the time, the fade to chat is the key to being profitable. And I'm not talking shit on you guys. It's just funny how much that ends up working. And it could be on anything. You guys could say, I could do a coin flip, heads or tails. You guys will say heads. It'll probably land on tails. That's just the way it goes. But NQ, I mean, if I'm targeting the same spot I am on ES. ES, I'm looking down towards 70s to retest this. NQ, I mean, you have some support at like 790s, 800s. Under that, 690s, 700s, right? This is obviously a bigger support area right here versus just this little area. At some point, we'll probably hold for a little bit. Now, mind you, my long thesis doesn't have to work. I'm not going to be blindly buying 70. That's not in my game plan. My game plan is to go out at 70 and then watch how the market reacts. If it gives me some conviction to go long, I'll go long. But for now, my thesis is just short down to there. Hell yeah, Mel's trades. Love to see it. You deadass banked 25K on this short? Hell yeah, grind. Chat, how we doing though? I know some people were green. Well, some people are shorting. Some people did long, so they might be slight red, but shouldn't be crazy red. Unless you degened it, then not good. But how y'all doing? We should see some decent trades. I know some people are probably in NQ, and NQ, from where we entered, would be here on NQ. It's down about 100 points. So not insane, but not terrible. Now I will for sure move stop to, I'll go 85. There's a chance we fight, remember, 80 to 75 from the gamma profile. Now mind you, remember, anything gamma I talk about, take it with a grain of salt. But 80 to like 75, we're going to be fighting. If we end up losing 75, that's when we could start to really see some selling pressure step in. Now, I can't tell you all the details like Mitch about they're going to be selling this against that and all that. Not there yet. Not even close. That's why I stay in my lane. But guaranteed profit on this trade at least, even if it's not anything insane. Appreciate you, Bugs. Some trolls would say I'm severely under trading. That's how I trade, baby. I got no problem with that. It's also different because you'll see, it's crazy because you see the difference in the traders in the sessions. Like Jake has no problem some days taking 7 trades with multiple accounts, whatever it may be. Alan has no problem taking 3, sometimes 4 trades if the market provides it. Like if I'm taking 3 trades, we're likely sitting in something like this, just being heavily range bound the entire time. But I take a lot fewer trades. Like I took 1 trade during New York, even though I was near the computer for, I think, 3.5 hours of it. Would love if Mitch had more time on stream. Cole, that's on him. Well, not on him. It's also like obviously time slots with other traders. But like in the afternoon is his family time. He has a wife and kids. During the day, he trades. Well, he doesn't trade. He works. He also trades, but he works. So he actually takes his lunch hour and streams for you guys. Mitch would love to have more time. We would love to give Mitch more time. Make like 10K to pass. Wait, grind. Hang on. I thought you were talking for a payout. You need 10K to pass the 25K account? Like to get the funded? If so, you really fucked up, brother. Like really. So you're on a 25K select. That's crazy. You're making quite literally, your 40% consistency rule became you making 40% of the account balance to pass it. Bro, just get a new account. That's crazy. It is. It is fucking nuts. I will say, there's a possibility you're going for a Tradeify record if that's who you have it with. Because you'd have to ask them, but it'd be a good question. Has anyone made $35,000 or made $10,000 to pass a 25K account? All right, what are we doing on the indices? $15 just closed, 30 just closed week. Hourly still has 30 minutes. I want to let this breathe, but at some point we will set a higher low. There's a chance. I don't want to see us get above 80. So just give me a rejection of 80 and keep us below it. I was gonna say there's a chance we can come up and retest 84s, but if we retest 84s, I want to be out anyway. I don't want to see us retest 80s. Give me why I'm rejecting the open. RTY obviously already got smoked. Gold's not doing much. Oil still has not moved a cent. Dollar, slight strength. NKD faded its move, so that's good so far. Yeah, I'm leaving my stop at 85. And that's kind of just where I'm washing it. We either see the break lower or we see 85 for a stop. I feel accomplished, yet slow. IDK out of field. Grind. That is probably exactly how you should feel. That is probably exactly how you should feel. You might be on pace for a world record for a 25K account. The craziest thing is if you did this on the funded, if it is a select account, you would either easily be max daily payouts until you go live, or you'd be set for having max payouts on the flex, and they would already be looking at you to possibly go live because of your balance. Took an 8K payout from TPT on a 25K account. That might be my best R to R on an account. Rain, that's nuts. That is nuts. Cole, something I would actually love to do, because I reread chat a lot, and I saw your Mitch comment again. If there's a point where Mitch is free in the afternoon, I would love to have that man on the afternoon session. Because I want to get to a point where we bring like different people on, just to spice up stream a little bit, even if it's just once a week or something. Eating long at this price could work. Could wholeheartedly work. I still want a little lower. Jab, I'm giving you guys some leeway. Just because numbers are a little lower today, so I'll be generous for it. We're at 93 likes at the moment. You guys give me 27 likes, we run the giveaway. We rip it. You want that wick fill. What wick fill? What wick fill are you talking about? I need details. OR or New York Open with Mitch. Would love to see that once. Cole, the only thing there is it's just different strategies. Like me and Jake used to stream together in the morning a lot. But with the way Jake trades as well, Jake's really good at streaming. He's good at streaming with a host. He's also really good at streaming solo. But when Jake's locked in trading, that's what he's focused on. And that's what you want him to stay focused on. Because one thing I noticed when I was streaming with him is there'd be times I would either go to like start a conversation or I would mention a trade. And Jake would either have a slightly different idea or he'd be just locked in on an execution. And I don't want to, like, you don't want to get in the way of that, especially with the way he trades because of the capital he's willing to risk. Last thing I want to do is be yapping in Jake's ear and cause him to like fuck up execution on a 20K trade because I asked him a dumbass question. But that's just something I noticed. Jake does very well solo streams. He would also do very good with like guests, but I feel like it would be more interview related, like the Zach one. I feel like that'd be a really good way to do that. It'd be cool to see how you guys trade in different markets. I trade similarly to like in the different time slots that I trade. Obviously, other traders may trade a little different. The only difference during New York, if we test a resistance like this, I have no problem diving into the 2-minute and taking a quicker rejection versus in Asia. Because I know Asia will give you ample opportunity where New York, if it moves, it's going to move right here, right now. And you may not get another entry. So I'm willing to be a little more risk on in New York than I am Asia. Took your break. I'm still in a short. Yep, I am, brother. I'm still slowly trailing stop. Like right now, structurally, makes sense for this. If there's no reason I want to see above 80. 83.25. This will probably be the last time I move stop. Unless I just start aggressively trailing because I want like out of the trade. What are the zones you have drawn? Like 15-minute pivots on the chart. I can also do this and do an OCO bracket order. So what is that? 83.25. So I'm guaranteed like 400 something total on this trade. And then my target is 70.5, similar to the highs. If we get down to like 71s, I have no problem just full closing. Appreciate you, Tiffany. I mean, this one feels good because you guys have watched me just get like death by 1,000 cuts in the past week and a half in this market. Just mainly my own trading, getting in early. And also seeing an entry like this, kind of like we did yesterday, waiting till like here to potentially take an entry. Appreciate you, Rob. But yeah, remember the main area, once again, and it's interesting how well this works, right? Between 75 and 80, we're likely going to see a bit of a battle in here. But once we break that 75, I mean, I don't hate the idea of like, hey, let's just yeet runners down to 50, but I'm going to be full out at 70. If it runs to 50, I hope one of y'all continue to hold for me, and I will live vicariously through you. Extra shorts, go long. You'll have a great night. I am not blindly longing. Can it work flawlessly? Yes. But I do not plan to blindly long 70. Because this could go lower, wholeheartedly. If this chart wants to continue to go lower, we could push to 50, which we just saw there's overall gamma structure target there at 50. We don't have to hold 70s, which is this little 4-hour pivot that I mentioned. We could go right back down to where we initially broke out and retest that. So there is still meat on this trade if I wanted to continuously hold this. But I think 4.4R is where I'd be content if it hits. ES did provide something, but I wanted NQ. Yeah. I mean, NQ's the only thing with NQ where I could have seen it. You'd have to be aggressive, right? Because NQ is volatile. This little itty bitty failure right there. Or you just take the speculation as we close the 5-minute back below the open. Those would be the two areas where if you told me that's where I enter, I'd be like, solid entry. Hope it does for your trade. Yeah, Rob. I mean, like I said, when we get down towards the lower end of this, I don't plan to be a dick for a tick. Mainly because what I would probably start doing is aggressively trailing the stop. I have no problem with that. Because right now, in theory, too, we shouldn't get back above this 5-minute high if this is going to continue to be weaker. Last thing I would really want to do, and this is why I'm willing to get out if I just continue watching it. Because let's say we do start to hold the 75 area. If we continue lower, what would maybe happen? Something like this. So I either potentially sit in this trade for another hour or so while it consolidates, if that happens, in hopes of catching 5 more points, or I just get out, wait for that to play out, and then find another entry, which is why I'm just continuously moving my stop right now. So I'm going to go 80.25 with that stop. And this is a scenario, like I just said, where I have no problem starting to aggressively trail it as price goes. Even if it stops me out and then rips back lower, is what it is. YT, just anywhere in this like 75 to like this 75 area based off of this. Big order still sitting there. Well, obviously not still sitting there because I'm not looking at the open aspects. Take your money. Who cares what it does afterwards? Agreed. Use extended hours? Yes. PK, I use extended hours for futures trading, and nothing against, obviously, you know what I'm referring to, but nothing against it with futures, because I do that with options. I use regular hours. With futures, to me, especially because you guys know, a majority of my trading is 7 p.m. Eastern to like 2 a.m., right? That is extended hours. I kind of have to fucking use it. But if there's 23 hours of valid price data, I want to use it. And if I go to like the hourly chart, 4-hour chart, whatever it may be, there is valid price data throughout this entire session here, clear as day, that you can trade off of. So I always use the extended, no matter what, with futures. $57.75, yes, YT. Grind. You're telling me you made $4,000 on an account and now you just now realized it was a 50K? You just realized this second that you're not even in a 25K account, you're in a 50? It took you that long? Either way, you're still cooked on consistency, but it should be easier because you have more of a drawdown to play with. Of course, PK. If not, I'm being too greedy. Yeah, Bass. My main TP would be 70, so I always front run it by a little bit, which is why I said if we get anywhere around like 71s, anywhere down here, I'm willing to just go flat. I'm not opposed to it here, but I'm just going to let it work. Right now on this trade, because a lot of people could be like, just take the money, get out of it, whatever, because you keep mentioning it possibly going higher. Now, this is my trade. From where I am to where the stop is to where my target is, it's 2R. It's worth me holding. I'm quite literally risking $100 on this position to make 200. I'll do that. You bought 5 25Ks and 5 50Ks? Ah. CJ, it should, but also when you're looking at, are you on Tradeovate or TradingView? Or what broker are you trading on? And Rav, yes, in 1 minute, I will go into everything about this. Well charts can't help you. Damn, I was really hoping you said something I knew. I've never used well charts, so unfortunately I can't help you. I was going to say, at least on like Tradeovate, you can look and see what your current drawdown is once the day resets, so you'll know. You can always ask if they have like an AI or something like that. I tried. It's the effort that counts. You got to remember that. I tried. I did. Or was it? Rav. Okay, yeah, Rav. Biggest thing for me is the higher time frames. Yes, we are bullish wholeheartedly. This chart looks fucking strong. It does. And I talked about that even when I was looking to get in this trade. For me though, when I go to the 4 hour, you look at ES and you can see this area has been respected since early June multiple times. Almost every single time except for this one flush that broke through and then got back above. Every other time we've gotten here, it's been respected. And after this kind of rally, especially on NQ, same thing, right? Same thing, exact same area. After that kind of rally, I don't anticipate a 1 bar consolidation to just rip into new highs. I wanted to see a pullback to 57.70s. Just retest this little area here. It could even be like 73s to 70s, just anywhere in here. Give me that retest, see how we react to that area. If we hold it, I don't hate the idea of longs there. Looking for the potential pushback higher. Now we have a 4 hour higher low you can trade off of. Now, mind you, like I said, I am not blindly buying 57.70s. I am not, because we could easily push exponentially lower, right back in the range. We can reverse half of today's candle and it's still a daily inside box. We never broke above. But that is the broader thesis of why I got in. And then with this, when I got in on the lower time frames, we were looking for this hourly to fail to go higher. It started to fake us out in the beginning. It started to get this little push up higher, right? But I had watched this break. Once we got the break, I ended up getting in a little bit after that. And I was just looking to trade it. If I expect a broader range or a possible decent sized pullback, I have 2 options. I can either trade the range or the pullback, or wait for the move to happen and then look to potentially long it. With this scenario, I like the thesis of trading down into that pullback more. Even if we ranged, right? I took some down here. So I would have gotten there, stopped wherever I had it, possibly just got a small win. But I'm looking to trade into this pullback because I have more conviction on that than I do just blindly buying this. So with that, I'm going to trade into it, get out, have overall profits. Either 1, be done for the week, or 2, watch how we react to the level, see if I want to long. If not, whatever I do. Chug a beer. I don't think I have any beer, brother. Yeah, I just don't think we had enough momentum to break that high. I truly don't, just from a structural perspective. Now, like I said, most of chat was bullish, like up to the highs. They wanted to see a new rip. And I didn't anticipate it. And I was willing to be wrong. This is definitely an aggressive entry. But it's also an aggressive entry with high risk to reward because it's that reversal. I'll continue drinking this one for you. Hell yeah, 7. I just don't think we have any. I don't even know if we have liquor. I think we have 1 bottle of Crown in the house. Because me or my brother, my brother drinks a little bit, but like rarely. And then I haven't drank since the New York meetup. It's not because I don't want to. I just haven't had interest in it. I'm not like a casual drinker. Well, I am if I'm like hanging out with people, but I don't just like sit in my own house and drink. Crown and Coke? Rob, you're going to judge me even more. I don't drink like pop or sodas. I don't. I only realized you're in on ES, I'm in on NQ. There's probably a lot of people who are in on NQ. When I ran the last poll over your people's favorite asset to trade, it was NQ by not even close margins. It was like 70% of people trade NQ. But fast to end the night. Rob, I usually just do, I know people are going to judge for this wholeheartedly. I just drink tequila sodas. Tequila is one of the only thing good, like decent tequila. It doesn't have to be like top shelf, but just decent tequila. I won't get an aggressive hangover. And when I drink, I get extremely dehydrated. So I have to drink like a gallon of water while drinking. So I just do tequila sodas to make it easy. It's like the best of both worlds. ES does respect the level more frequently than NQ. I think ES is just more fluid in general. ES is drastically easier to chart and trade. By the way, did you guys see how many times the US hit Iran yesterday after we talked about it? Because I don't know if you guys know, they hit them at least 90 different times last night. That is fucking diabolical. That is absolutely insane. YT, if you're talking about the US Iran, no, it was 90. It might have been 23 different like areas, but it was 90 targets. So yeah, it's safe to say Iran's probably pissed. 200 targets? I wouldn't doubt it. Because that was a number last night at like 11 p.m. It was 90. They made an announcement this morning or this afternoon because something was happening in Iran. I think someone else was hitting them. And US just goes, hey, this wasn't us. Like, I know we just hit the hell out of you. It wasn't us. According to Trump, we won 24 times. He said we won last night before we bombed them 90 times. So, do with that what you will. Does one need to keep the NQ chart open if they only trade ES? Personally, I find it distracting. No, Dev. That's the greatest thing about trading. You trade how you want to trade, brother. You trade exactly how you want to trade and no other way. Chat, I'm kind of skeptical at the moment because NQ. You can see the divergence clear as day here. ES hit new lows. NQ's trying to put up a higher low right here. YM never even hit the recent lows. I'm going to go flat. If it pushes lower, it pushes lower. I'm flat. I'm cash. I'll take it. Solid little trade. If it moves 5 points 6 points to where it would have filled me, it moves. I don't want to play the game of it pushing back higher. So with that, I got out 76.50 because of that little divergence. Bro, you stay getting shit fills on prop firms. How did I get filled above the candle? How does that even make sense? I know it's an Asia session, there's less liquidity, but absolute shit fills. Love it. Spreads are insane today. Yeah, it'd be like that. Yeah, it's ES still looks like it wants to go lower. RTY could continue pushing lower. I just do not like the lower time frame structure to NQ at the moment. Now, mind you, could I be overanalyzing the hell out of this? Yes, could. But at that point too, I'm already starting to check out of the trade. Do I really want to sit here and just stare at it over 5 points? Could work, but also at the same time, if you're looking for a longer target and you want the 25 points this could still go, worth it. For me, is what it is. Appreciate you, Bugs. Solid little trade. Ended up being right around 3R. Target was 4.4. Got out at 3. Happy with it. Content. We will likely be one and done for the day. Is it a scam when a Discord group first want to have one-on-one with me asking things like how much I'm able to pay, etc.? Randy, do I even want to know what Discord you're trying to get in? Also, there's a very fine line right there. Because obviously I'm not going to say anything back because I don't know who I'm talking about. But there's a very fine line between marketing and scam with those questions. But at the same time, either way, they're trying to see how much money they can get out of you. They're quite literally, just think of what's happening. They want to have a call with you to see how much you are able to pay. Hey, jump on this one-on-one. How much money can I get out of you? Just saying. I mean, do with that what you will. Me, I'd probably be like, nah, dude. When you really break it down, it doesn't sound good. Now, mind you, it could be a great Discord, but it's probably good marketing. They're trying to see if it's worth them putting time into you versus the money they can get out of you. Great marketing funnel. But obviously, I'm not doing great at marketing and selling because we're giving all this away for free. On top of that, also giving you guys accounts for free. I stopped responding. I would too, brother. If they want Bitcoin, it's a huge red flag. Yes, agreed. Obviously, we have a Discord. If a group that you are, if anything, you are trying to get into, only accepts Bitcoin, only accepts, let's say, Zells or aspects that you cannot charge back for one way or another, probably not a good idea to do it. Probably not. Also, I don't know what you're trying to learn in the Discord. If it's trading, our Discord is quite literally $99 a month. I mean, you can't get cheaper. And we don't care about how much you're able to spend. You decide how much you want to spend. You cancel whenever the hell you want to cancel. Giveaway, AXP, we are. What do we have likewise? Chat. I know y'all can do it. I don't ask for much. We got a 3R trade. Not bad. Could be better. Could be worse, right? But we need 8 likes. 7 likes. I need 7 of you guys to hit the little thumbs up under the stream. And we're ripping the giveaway right away. We're ripping it immediately. Also, so far, pretty solid exit. See, all you gotta do is ask nicely. We're already at 23. I'm about to like that shit. My NQ longs got cooked break even. I'm grifting for a prop account now. Hell yeah, AXP. AXP. I thought of something that would be diabolical And it would, but I know it would probably piss you off. Because we're allowed, like, if we see someone that's been in chat for a long time and we want to be nice and we want to give away, like, give them an account showing, because they show love to us and they've been like a diehard supporter, we're allowed to do that because Jake wants us to do that actually at times. Imagine if I just looked at AXP this whole time. He has beef with StreamBot and I just gave him an account out of sympathy. Man would probably never watch the stream again. All right, chat. Let me open Streamlab or Stream Elements up. No, Streamlabs. That's what it is. Bro, I would give it away. You're going to give it away anyway if you win. There is someone in this chat that technically has 2 entries because AXP doesn't even want the account. He just has beef with the fucking bot. So he enters the giveaways. What's the giveaway today? 25K Tradified Growth account, brother. I'm not going to lie, man. At the beginning of watching you like 2 weeks ago, I didn't know if I enjoyed your streams, but man, I actually really enjoyed it. Aiden's, I'm going to be honest. Past 2 weeks, or past like week and a half, I haven't been trading great on this session. It's been clear as day. Greatest part, it shows it on stream. I haven't been getting really nice wins. Sometimes it's like that. But yeah, with mine, it's just hit and miss at times. I go through little funks like that where during one session, I just don't do well. That'll happen to me during New York too. What up, Mitch? Mitch. Before I start the giveaway, Mitch, you're going to be proud. Why did we hold this trade through this support? Looking for potentially down toward... Obviously, 70 was my broader target. Why did we get in here? Targeting lower. This has been shown on stream multiple times. I am quite literally mooching off of you to show reasoning on stream for trades. So just it's happening. The gamma conversion is happening. Why did I get out here? We were looking, and obviously I can't tell exactly, but I assumed 80, 75-ish, maybe 74s. If we continue to hold that area, I really didn't like it because, and then obviously if it broke, it went down to 50. We got out here because that green goes slow, ended up getting out around there. It gives you conviction, dude. It does. It really gives you conviction. Makes a man think. Yeah, by the way, chat, if anyone wants to learn about Gamma, just go ahead and shoot me a DM, not Mitch, because I'm obviously the guy on Gamma now. No, I'm joking. Don't ask me Gamma questions. Earlier I said, take everything I say about Gamma with a grain of salt. I'm still learning. You're learning. DM Mitch, not me. Yeah, no, Aiden's. About your thing before Mitch got on. There's going to be people that don't like my stream. There's going to be people that don't like Jake's stream. There's going to be people that don't like Mitch's stream. There's going to be people that don't like Christian's stream. It's just a part of it. It is what it is, right? And there's going to be times where we go through funks. That's why it's always good to like jump in a few times, just see what that person's kind of like. Because I could be either desperately sleep deprived, knowing me, shocker, right? Or just be not trading that session well. Lately, I haven't been. Luckily, today's a really good day to end the week, and I'm happy with it. But I was at that point, I think at the end of last week, where I was just getting irritated because and I mentioned it Sunday or Monday, where I just wasn't trading this session well, but I was trading every other session flawlessly. And it was just irritating the absolute hell out of me. So I'm glad we caught a good one in the week. What is this indicator? That is the Mitch Gamma special, Muhammad. I'm going to start this giveaway. It's on 2 minutes. I'll give you guys 4. Just because I'm going to run to the bathroom and you guys will have some time. By now, you guys should have been able to get here for the giveaway, right? Because I mentioned it like 5 minutes ago. I wish I could do like 3.5. Hang on, bot's still loading. There we go. If you already type exclamation mark enter, do it again. Appreciate you, Mitch. Have a good rest of your night, brother. New to trading these sessions. I work a 9 to 5. I still make good money trading these sessions, although they're slower than New York. Justin, that's actually why I like trading them, because they are slower than New York. If you miss this initial entry we took, you get another one right here, right? Obviously, after that, you didn't get much along the way. But Asia gives you more opportunities to get in trades. New York is drastically volatile. Like if you missed this initial 5-minute that I took in New York, I took it here. If you missed that, you don't get an opportunity. It's gone in 15 minutes already at the lows. So that's another reason I really love this overall time frame. I love the slower moving markets because you can catch longer moves and just let it work out for hours. You just have to be patient, or at least be willing to be patient. Chat, to enter the giveaway, I know I didn't type it. Please forgive me. To enter the giveaway, type exclamation mark, enter in chat, exclamation mark, the word enter, and then press enter. Don't just send an exclamation mark. You won't get it. Ali, I might have to go back and change that because I feel like Jake would regret that if he went bald. And I really don't want to see Jake go bald. That man's curls are peak. And it's not going to be a good look. So I might just go in after stream and just get rid of that last part and just put like 10 giveaway accounts or something dumb. Of course, I missed your only trade this week at Gator. Fuck off. In the most respectful way possible. What time Asia session start? Asia session starts 8 p.m. Eastern. For me, my trading session starts 7 p.m. So the first hour is usually a little bit slower. Then Asia opens at 8. No, Ali, I don't want to see him bald, personally. I don't. Just make sure you type exclamation mark, enter in chat to enter the giveaway. Obviously, beautiful out. We would have been stopped. At least I would have been stopped out. Remember, my stop was 80.25, right above this little high. We hit it now. If we do continue to reject this 80 to like 83 area, profile. Hitting this, we can push back lower down to here easily. We could rally right back into this. We're just fighting. Remember, it's going to be a fight in between 75, 85. That is currently where we are fighting. And also, if you go back a little bit, or at least you were here, when we were down here, the risk of holding this would be potentially sitting in this for an hour or so. Talked about it. So far, it's doing it. Do we have to sit there for a long time? No. We could just retest this, push back lower, and continue if it wants to. Yeah, Rob, I think I'm probably done trading for maybe the week. I'll see how the overnight goes. Ideally, I don't think I want to trade New York tomorrow because, I mean, we're already up. We're good. That Mitch special, definitely need to learn that one. Ali, I am very eager to learn it just because it gives you the conviction of why. It does. Thank you. Now I want an account. Exclamation mark enter, brother. With that, the chat, I'm going to run to the... Wait, is the giveaway still going? Or did it close? There's no way that was 4 minutes. Dude, they updated this giveaway, and I do not like it because I'm not used to it yet. You can no longer enter the giveaway. Well, chat, to be fair, I was yapping, so I didn't go to the bathroom. So y'all get like another minute because I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. So congratulations. If you didn't get in, you get a chance to get in. There's not a lot of you in right now. There's 76 tickets. That is very low, even for 160 of you guys on. So your odds aren't too shabby. But I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Then I'll close it and we'll run it.
And I feel this
All right, chat. Let's go ahead and close this up. So we'll take this off. And Praj Walpole. Have you won before? Guys, you cannot win anymore, just so you know. Bish, is that oh, that's your real name? Nope, first time? Hell yeah, brother. Let's see that channel activity. Primarily Sunday session. Oh, wait, no. Is this your first time on my stream? This is your first time on my stream. Hell yeah, brother. All you have to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram. So exclamation mark Ron. All right. I'm just so y'all know. If I see one more exclamation mark enter. Oh, yep. He's not getting banned. But he's getting a 1 minute timeout. He's getting a 1 minute. See you in a minute, brother. No, we're saving bans for special people. All right, Andrew, what the fuck? We're saving bans for special people. You're special if you get banned. But if you keep trying to get the giveaway after it's closed and you're spamming it, you get a minute timeout. And that's worse. I think I'd rather be banned than put in timeout. What, Randy? But yeah, brother, the winner of the giveaway, shoot me a DM on Instagram. Let me know when you send it. I went to the bathroom and you were still here. Rob, how long did you go to the bathroom that you thought I'd be gone? Huh? Ban me and give me 2 giveaways. YT, unfortunately, unlike a genie, I only grant 1 wish. See you in 10 seconds. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm abusing my powers. Giveaway merchant. Yo, you got the plug? Giveaway merchant, you got them codes? Because if you do, I mean, we can let them rip. I don't even know who you are, but apparently you're a merchant for it. XP can't catch a break? No, he can't. Sending you in a moment. Perfect. Let me know. Appreciate you, Infinite. Rob, I'm older. Well, fair, Rob. You know, everyone has issues eventually. Can't judge you. Did I win? I was in the bathroom. No, AXP, sorry. You did not. It's because you left. You could have won if you stayed. Vish actually said he would give you an account, AXP. If you scroll up in the chat, you'll find it. Everyone using the bathroom, it's a good time during the giveaway. You don't miss anything. It's only a matter of time. I will win soon. Maybe. Gator, you're a loyalist, right? Like I already said, I'm not giving away one of the loyalist ones tonight. But just know, those that are loyal, those that we randomly check and see at the top of the membership points, those that are basically like this. Every single stream. Not every day. Every stream. Commenting. These are the people that we're looking to help with giveaways. So just know. Now, obviously, if you weren't here in the beginning, you weren't here in the beginning. But it's what you're doing in the market. Or not in the market, in our giveaways. AXP is 103. That's young. AXP is that old? stream. AXP, they did an update too, so I figured you'd be winning. All right, brother, I got your DM. I will give you that code after the stream. Dude, the winning or the sales stuff you get on Instagram is kind of nuts. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. This guy DM'd me. He goes, "Yo, Ron, is this your account?" All that is to get me to answer so he can immediately try to sell me something. And I get these, even though I haven't posted in a minute, I get these fucking every day. Multiple per day. Just asking, hey, is this your account? I'm 31 who said 103. Who did say 103? Where'd that go? It's probably Vish. It was Vish, actually. It quite literally was Vish. Your biggest supporter. Gator, I think I took a trade early in the week, but I think I took one break even and one loser. So this has been a very slow week for me. Very slow. Usually my weeks aren't this slow, but it's just been slow. Is this you on screen right now? Daniel, you talking about this guy right here? If so, yeah. Bot seems like first time watchers and new people. Slightly toasted. I feel like it may not necessarily be that, but it's also, there's probably that many first time watchers and new people that hop in. I would assume. Yeah, Praj, I will, right after I found your DM, right after I end, which I'll end in a couple minutes, I'll shoot you that code. Let's do a different poll, one that we haven't done. Obviously, the week's not over. 52% bullish on chat. Okay, so it was 70 up here, 52 by the time we got to the lows. Not too shabby. I'm headed to bed. Thanks for your time. Appreciate you, Andrew. Have a good one, brother. Appreciate you, Toasted. Toasted, you won one before, right? Because that's something we also have to figure out. Like, who of the loyalists have won and who haven't? Also, Andrew's been on the entire session. He's number one. He took that title from y'all today. I really only enter to see if it'll pick me. There's multiple people that probably do that just to win to give it away. I know people that have won before and they just continue to enter no matter what. Chat, I got a new poll. How we doing so far this week? We red, we green, we break even-ish. I just asked you to run it back anyway. Hell yeah. Check me, Ron. I'm curious. Cole, are you talking about your overall stats or the top fans thing? Top fans, you're number 4. You almost have that title next to your name, but you're 25 points behind Vish. See you later, Ron. Have a good one, brother. Appreciate you, Infinite. Yeah, we have a solid stream schedule. We stream the exact same times every day. The only difference is going to be if we stream Saturday or not. Oh, I hit my desk. Jason, don't pay attention to my moving averages. I don't use them. They're the 9, 20, and 50. You know what, chat? We're making a new pack today. Today's the day. Today's the day the EMAs disappear. We're doing it. It's a glorious day here. Charts will never look the same again. If we're bringing gamma into the equation, we're getting rid of the EMAs. They're gone forever. Yeah, Jason, I just don't want to give like information on them if I don't use them. And we also get asked that question probably 2 to 3 times a day. And I say the same thing. What was I going to do? Oh, coal. Let's see. Where's he at? Cole, what the fuck did you say? Thank you, Mitch Goat. Apparently that's bad. Apparently YouTube doesn't like you. Cole, you're on nearly every stream too. Yep. I mean, this is just June. These are your stats for June. This is 1 month. I'm not going through all of it because obviously there's 2 more months in there. But yeah, you've been around, brother. Who won the giveaway? Praj won the giveaway. I'm green, but everyone in my Discord is red this week and are complaining how hard the conditions are. Saying there's probably a lot of people that are like that. It's because we're in a daily range. Too many people, we went from just seeing straight buy the dip, get aggressive continuation to the upside to holy hell, we're making 500-point moves. You can catch huge risk to reward to we're getting moves, but we're not moving a lot. And this is where a lot of people start to struggle. And we talked about this price action setting up where we start to finally get lower bars. VIX starts to lower, like drop back down and conditions get more unfavorable, but you just got to be patient about it. At least for me, these times I'm just drastically more patient. Just did my best comeback so far. Was at 28,150 a few days ago and just passed. Alan, you better frame that. Hopefully you got a picture before, picture after, frame it, and then frame the certificate right next to it. You can stop answering the questions every stream. Now I can. Gators, you just say, oh shit, he's really going to make profit because I got rid of the EMAs. Finally, stat, it's going to rain. Actually, Vish, it is going to rain in like 30 minutes. So there's a chance the internet starts to flicker. My last trade, then I'm going to bed, trying NQ scalp for longs. Don't hate it, right? This is the broader support area. I don't hate it. This is what we wanted for longs. We wanted this pullback. All we did was trade the pullback. Because at the same time, YM still a little bit stronger, isn't overly weak. The hourly, well, the hourly didn't close good. Okay, here's what I would want. If I wanted longs at this point, I would still kind of want 70 to test. Dream World, give me a failure below this. Other than that, it may be a little more shit-like to get long. Unless we get pretty clean break back over like 81, 82s. Then we can go back in the range. I would just love like a higher time frame, mid time frame kind of failure type thing. But we can hold. There's nothing against that. I already got my bag. There's a chance I call it a week. But I'm definitely calling it a session. So I probably won't be trading, if I'm trading at all, till the next session, which would be for me after the 4-hour close at 10. I do have one eval that is $108.33 away from passing. So that's going to suck. That one's really going to suck. Appreciate you, Synth. Hoping I'm up there. Ollie, you should be. I mean, Ollie, you know you've been a loyalist. I mean, right now, you're not in the top stats of this stream. You're ranked 40th, my guy. You're down in the trenches. But I know you're on every stream. I've been around since 2015. Hell yeah. I will never forget the first day everyone was like, boot this kid. AXP, that's also why I don't ban people. Because right at the beginning, everyone's like, this dude's trolling, ban AXP. And some of you guys might not remember that. But there was multiple people in the chat that wanted AXP banned day one. Now he is one of the most loyal people on our stream. The absolute most loyal. Ollie doesn't like you anymore? Yeah, sometimes it'd be like that, Bish. Chat, if you want to see where you are, look at the chat. Go. Is it on? If I do this, does it show it? No. So if you go here and go to top fans, it shows you where everybody's at. You guys should be able to see that, I think. If not, then it's just a moderator thing. But everyone should be up there. It's always the counts that are close to passing that are harder sometimes. Yeah, Rob. If I trade this, it is going to be probably 2 MES max. And that's it. And if I lose one trade, might just call it a day and just slow grind it up if I need to. I can tell you the last thing I'm going to do, which I know some people do, is trade minis. Some people love to get in like that little, they'll trade a mini, look for 2 points and lose 10. And that's a scenario I'm not getting myself a part of. Should I type more? No. You don't have to, most fab. It goes by watch time and typing. That's why currently Streamlabs is number 15. So just from the giveaways alone, Streamlabs is at 15. Just trying to balance 2 kids. Ollie, we don't expect anybody to be here every day, every stream, the entire stream at all. Also, most bad, was it you that took the long? If so, looking good on NQ. I'm happy with the exit. We retested the exit area. Wasn't able to break anything below her. This could be the absolute low. If so, we caught the high to the low. Can't end the week on a better note. I'm 15, well, 11 now. You just jumped up. I mean, if you type a few messages, you'll jump up in points. Don't spam. If I see you guys start spamming to get your XP up, I will send you, not to the Shadow Realm, because you'll be back in like a minute, but I'll give you a minute timeout. I ain't opposed to doing it. See you later, Ollie. You're on 500 profit in this trade? Hell yeah, most fab. Did you catch any of the short, or did you get out when you were talking about longs up here? Did you just get stopped out and then wait for this? Spam better than EMAs. Fair. Like Pokemon grinding XP. I don't know if that counts because it doesn't carry over. It does nothing for you. See, I'm going to ride these longs to New York. Beautiful. Cole, who's yelling at you? Are you long NQ? No, John. Someone in chat's long NQ. I'm cash. You can see my position right below me. I'm in nothing. Make sure if you're not in a trade and you were in a trade that you don't have any active orders. Because the last thing you want to do is get filled on some type, which, no, that would have been a buy order. Yeah, I would have been screwed if that filled. She don't complain about payouts? Cole, that's all you got to remind them. That's all you got to remind them. I would just say you're working. That's the greatest thing about it. This is work. Did take a scalp short, almost $1,000. Hell yeah, most fab. I'm glad you were able to rotate out of that and catch the bottom. $29,900. I like that. You're targeting the overall breakdown. Let me get off the 4 chart. Yeah, you're just targeting the overall breakdown area. I like that. You just got to pay attention to the indices, how we're kind of holding. RTY obviously got slaughtered. YM's kind of stagnant. It's holding up the strongest. Obviously, it's right next to the open. Hasn't moved much. That's something I didn't quite expect. I didn't expect the dollar to be trading with the indices. The dollar, ES. Wouldn't have expected that looking at that chart. Not even a little bit. Interesting. Sadly, no one thinks this is work around these parts. Cole, there's times, like, it's weird because there's times when I'm in a trade. Like, if I'm not on stream and I'm in a trade, I'll be leaned back in my chair, feet up on my desk, just letting the chart do its thing, and while either watching something on, like, YouTube or just on my phone. And if you walk in my room, it looks like I'm doing absolutely nothing, but I'm just waiting for price to move. What platform are you using? What trading platform? I'm using Tradeify for my account, and I trade on Tradeivate. But chat, I'm going to give you guys like 60 seconds. If anyone has any last minute questions, feel free to throw them in. If not, I think we're going to wrap it up. I don't have any interest in doing anything here. I'll see how the 4 hour closes, see if I want to try to make my $108 that I need to make for that account. Other than that, I'm probably done for the week, besides that account. See you later, iTrades. Is that iTrades or L-Trades? I think it's iTrades. See you, AXP. What are your coordinates? Important question. Somewhere in the Midwest, Vish. Somewhere in the Midwest. All right, looks like no one has any questions, though. So I think it's a good time to wrap it up. I'll be back. Obviously, this is my Friday. I'll be back Sunday. Jake will open the market 5:30 like he usually does Sunday, and then I'll be on at 7. Alan is on 1 a.m. Eastern. Most of y'all know that. Most of y'all will probably be there. That man's rocking like 500 viewers a session. He's fucking crushing it. You guys know Alan doesn't care about the chat gambling. He's running his giveaways. So if you want more giveaways, let her rip. But y'all have a good rest of your night, and I will see you guys Sunday. Wait, that's why I like it here. I got more friends online trading in person. Actually, no one in person, even interested. Agreed, Cole. You're around like-minded people, which is great, which is also why we do the meetups, and we love doing them. But with that, you guys have a good rest of your night. I'll see you guys Sunday.